So I'm a basketball guy. Grew up in the South, but played basketball. But I always was noticing how popular football was. And when I got here, we would cover 2 games a week. We would go to either Olympia or Memorial on a Thursday and a Friday night. That was it. If you weren't playing in one of those stadiums on one of those nights, if we didn't pick that one game, you weren't getting covered. And I looked at that and I said, my goodness, look at all these stadiums that are packed. Look at all these schools that aren't getting covered. So after a year here, they made me the sports director. And I'll never forget, the first game we went to that wasn't part of that plan was to White Castle against Plaquemine. And we nearly gave the sports director a heart attack because we got back at the very last minute to put the game on, but it was one of the greatest high school games I've ever seen. The quarterback for Plaquemine played in the NFL and had some of the most yards that anybody's ever had in the NFL as a return man. And I just saw the quarterback for White Castle the other night at a Hall of Fame induction ceremony for one of his White Castle teammates. I mean, it's just great theater. It's the best reality television you can have. You've got a studio with people screaming and yelling and wearing their colors and tailgating. Early in my career, I went to the EA Sandoval game at the Pit. There were 7,000 people there, and by the way, a crew from the BBC. It was that big of a deal that high school football could be that important, and that rivalry certainly is, unmatched in this state. So 5 years in, we've gone from doing 1 game on Thursday, 1 game on Friday. Now I'm trying to get 8 games on Friday night. And in 5 minutes, you can't show a lot of the games, but I've got 8. So that's 16 teams we're covering. And we just asked the people, what do you want? What would you like to see? And they were basically saying, we want to cover every team, every Friday. And so that's where Sportsline came from, is to get out to every single one of these communities, every single one of these stadiums, go there in person, cover the teams, and bring back some good news. Because a lot of things that happen in those communities elsewhere, the only news coverage they're going to get is bad things. So to be able to go out on Friday nights and bring back good moments, whether it's the ladies in the concession stand, right? Or the bands and the dancing girls, or the football player that gets the winning touchdown or makes the winning kick or makes the big defensive stop. And once we did it, 30 minutes wasn't enough. Then they wanted 45 minutes, then they wanted an hour. And they wanted it from 40 teams to 50 teams, to 60 teams to 70 teams. And how come you're not covering us? So, and 8 years after we started that show, some of the other stations looked around and said, oh, maybe we ought to be doing this. And now everybody all over the state does it.
Hi, I'm Johnny Asian. Thank you for checking out the WAFB YouTube channel. Like what you see? Go ahead and subscribe by clicking this box, and you'll get notified when new content is released. Make sure you also download the WAFB 9 News app for breaking news alerts sent right to your phone.